Good afternoon, everybody. At the outset, I would like to thank the esteemed guests for this opportunity. So, I'll be speaking to you all about the...
It's not coming on the TV.
And in the meantime, we do question answering. You can come and start your PPT, right?
Be ready. The next person.
Otherwise, yeah, we'll lose our time.
Because then we can discuss the paper in a better way, so that the message goes out to everyone. Otherwise, we don't have enough time. We have to wind up. So even if it is an interesting paper, then we don't get time.
Shall I start? Okay, so I'll be talking about learning curve in the construct of a smartphone-based keratoscope for screening keratoconus. No financial interest. We all know that keratoconus is a progressive bilateral ectatic condition, and unfortunately when they come in advanced cases, which post-COVID we have really seen, we have no options but to do transplants. Early detection and treatment to arrest is something we all know and is very essential. So the prevalence of keratoconus is, 1 in 2000. In India, it is very high, mainly because of steeper corneas, thin, as well as the dust conditions with eye rubbing. And the investigation modalities, like from the placidos-based, like opticons, to those as tomographies like pentacam, they are available, but these are all non-portable and very expensive. So the early diagnosis becomes actually inaccessible for the large section of population in the middle and low-income people. So our study basically aimed for a collaborated study with the software professionals, the Microsoft, and an attempt was created to create one smartphone-based keratoscope based on the keraton-based topography. So this is how we created one model and validated. So in this study, we tried to understand what is the steep learning curves by applying optics in getting the picture, and then looking at how to improve the quality of image and making it comparable to that of a standard keratron machine. And so here, I tell you about our struggle. So this is our smart KC, which you can see there, which I have depicted. And here we had lot of teething problems. The first was which placidos designed to take. We are all aware there are 3 types, one planar, ellipsoid, as well as the conical. We know the ellipsoid and planars will not occupy the whole of the cornea. So eventually we narrowed down to take a conical placidos head with 28 rings and had a 70 millimeters radius. So this is what we took as the placidos ring, and we went ahead with the conical well-fitting one. Then we took the pictures, but we realized we were coming with something called as the gap dot. So as you see where the cornea touches this ring, this gap what gets created, if it is very much close, we get as if there is a pseudo steepening and a false red heat map. So this thing, we went ahead and used the AI and did a simulation on the computer using same type of lighting as we use in the keratron, created a spherical pseudo cornea and started creating pictures. So here we didn't use lot of devices, we just did it and came out with an algorithm of regression formula to consider how to calculate before analyzing this working distance. Then we had problems of tilts and offset, because we had to put it to the patient, we can have either up or down, or sometimes it is away. So to take care of this, we came out with an interesting thing that we got a small red cross in the center, so that when the red cross is there, only the picture is captured. So just to show you all, this is our machine, how it is actually assembled, and this is the simplest machine. Here we have LEDs which are attached to the smartphone. This is the cap, and you can see the small button paper which is there, the grey in color which is placed inside. This is attached and we take pictures of the patient. To tell you, the cost of taking this is just 2,500 exclude the smartphone. The paper is 2 rupees. The whole thing is actually material, which is of the MDF material, and that costs we are making a cropped image and putting this. I would like to go ahead and show it in this form, where you can see this is the pipeline. Then we use the arch step method of creating the cornea, use a Zernica polymer and create the heat map on the basis of diopters. So the litmus test after doing this was, we wanted to validate whether our machine is functioning or no. So we took 2 ophthalmologists, compared them by giving them 101 eyes of both from the Keratron as well as this machine, and tried to find out. Initially, we found a gross difference between 2 surgeons because the specificity was coming down. We didn't know what was happening. We realized that the SIMK calculation was going wrong. The machine normally calculates it as the steepest at 90 degrees, the flattest at 3 millimeters, but we were taking it 5. So once this got corrected, actually if you go to see, after correction, it became 100%. So with this correction, this is how comparable images, the one which you can see on this side is the Keratron, and on the other side is our smart KC. Very comparable heat maps were obtainable. Thus, our smart KC achieves sensitivity of 94% and specificity of 100% as comparable to that of a Keratron. And the SIMK values also were significantly comparable. So prior studies of smartphone have been done. You're asking what must be this that you're showing. Majority of studies are done, but the number of eyes they have analyzed or validated are less. Second, they always had something like a chin rest or a stand, so it was less portable. And most important is, to our best knowledge, this is the only one end-to-end implementation of real-time checking, getting images, and also getting it into the form of a heat maps. So our limitations are there, like though 100 is not enough, and only 1 machine has been used, as well as we still have to do it on different machines. So to conclude, I would want to tell you all that the smart KC which we have created has good sensitivity and a better specificity than Keratron. Second, this gives us an important amalgamation of optics with the Microsoft people, means technicians, and also with the ophthalmologists. This kind of combination comes out with a very, very useful, socially impactful instruments, which would always make us sure that we don't miss on those patients who are missed. I would like to acknowledge Dr. Mohita Nipun from the Microsoft, who is part of this, our fellows in optometry for this. We want everybody to see the rainbow, and more definitely not make those miss what they had already seen. So thank you, Lord.
Brilliant. Brilliant. I loved it. It's innovative, it's cheap, and exactly what we want for Atmanirbhar Bharat, I think. Made in India, by India.
Yes, yes.
So, excellent job.
Thank you.
I think this should be marketed, you know.
I-
You have it?
Yeah, I just brought it if you want.
She's brought it to show everybody. Please see it.
Just it is out of curiosity. This is
No.
the smart nylon
Yes.
imprint, which is put
Okay.
snugly. Inside you can see this is the conical
Yes.
placidose ring.
Yes.
It has the gaps in which we put a small butter paper actually. So
Okay.
that creates the reflection.
Okay.
This kind of a butter paper, and
Great idea.
it comes like that. And this is a small microscope. This is where the LEDs are.
Perfect.
With Dr. Pallavi, excellent part so far. Your innovation is there, but I would have loved to hear more about the study that you did.
Yes.
I know. So about the did you try it in 100% all? How many came positive? So you didn't
that
say
is-
anything.
I told that, sir. We did it on 101 eyes,
Okay.
in which we had 50 of them with keratoconus. The other were non-keratoconic. And non-keratoconic also, we had a few who were non-refractive errors, means normal, and few with refractive errors.
No,
That
my
is
point
what-
is you are using this as a screening tool, right?
Yes.
So what are the chances that if I use this, how many percentage of cases I will diagnose a case of keratoconus early?
98.6 is the sensitivity.
Sensitivity.
100% is, I will not falsely label anybody as keratoconus.
Okay.
Yes. Very good, yes, yes. That is because of the use of that regression formula, whereas in Keratron, because it is at the chin rest, the distance is more. So we get actually a little bit false negatives in
So what are
false
the
positives.
limitations of using this as a
This
screening tool?
One thing is, as I said, we have tried it only on one mobile, but we know that any with 12 megapixels we can use. Second thing is the stilt thing which is there. We're actually already into a process of making it corrected by an algorithm. So it's a process happening, and we have actually reached far more than what I have presented today.
You're going
but
one step
limitation.
ahead each time.
Yes,
That's
yes,
a good
definitely,
thing.
definitely.
Thank you.
Yes, yes. Yeah, actually not patented. We have made it open access. We don't want to get anything out of it except
but-
that patients should benefit out of
No,
it.
no,
Are
but
there
you must
other-
patent it.
No, are there other
patent
similar to this technique? Are there any other device people are using
Yeah,
world over?
people have made, but the thing is, what here we have used is we have also used the data we have of previous keratrons, which are helping us to create the deep learning and creating a kind of heat maps, which will give us even, in the future progression assessments also.
Thank you.
Yes, yes.
I think this combination of engineers and medicos is working brilliantly.
Definitely, yeah.
I'm impressed.
Yes,
you know,
thank you.
seriously.
Thank you,
And
ma'am.
please convey that to the engineers.
Yes, surely, I will. Yes.